See, they started telling men that they were strong, they were independent, and that they were equal to men, and they don't need them. And the men started to listen. See, when you were younger, men wanted to be chivalrous. They got enjoyment out of it because those women appreciated the fact that men were being chivalrous.
Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here once again. I hope you're all doing well. And we are going to do another commentary on Angry Guy's channel with the women only wants equality when it benefits them. So it was requested by him for me to cover this, so I'm more than happy to do so. But before we get started, hard times are here. Jobs are disappearing fast, and if you lose yours today, you could be homeless in a few months or even a few weeks. But it doesn't have to be that way with you. You can check out Angry's Creator Academy in the description below, and you can receive your free creator blueprint when you sign up today. So check in the description below for more information. You have nothing to lose there by checking it out. And yeah, if you like videos like this, be sure to click the like button. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and be sure to also click the bell next to the subscribe so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos on Angry Guy's channel on your device, so you will not miss any videos from us ever again. So yeah guys, crazy right? We're gonna commentate on this soon, but just also want to let you know that there is a Rumble page for Angry Guy 2 if you want to hear the uncensored version of him. He does exclusive live stream from time to time as well. I think you will enjoy it as well. Anyways guys, this commentary, let's see what it is, because women tends to be pretty hypocritical sometimes. A lot of women, not all of them. When they say they want equality, they want women to be at the man's level, but at the same time what they really want is for benefits that a man would never be able to have at his position. So let's see what this person has to say, and we'll commentate it afterwards.
There's a question nobody's allowed to ask anymore, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why is it that equality only matters when it benefits certain people? When the building's on fire, nobody's checking gender quotas for who carries people out. When the power grid fails in winter, nobody's demanding equal representation in the repair crews working through the blizzard. When society needs its essential work done, the dangerous, dirty, thankless work, suddenly equality doesn't matter anymore. Let me show you the selective equality that everyone sees but nobody's supposed to mention. Let's start with essential versus non-essential labour. During the pandemic, we learned who really keeps society running. Power plant operators, sewage workers, truckers, construction crews, farmers, overwhelmingly men. These aren't glamorous jobs. They're brutal, dangerous, often deadly. But without them, civilization stops. Meanwhile...
And that's the thing, the people that works the most dangerous jobs and the people that are like very risky, and yeah, they risk their lives for these type of jobs in order to keep society functions. But yet they're not getting the things that they deserve. They didn't really think about equality there. They say, well, whoever knows how to fix it because we need this to run. Please fix it, and they don't care who it is. But they're not so thankful because they want to live the cozy, comfortable lifestyle and not appreciate what has to be done in order for the women to get that cozy, comfort lifestyle. Because in the backbone of the whole thing, you see a lot of people working, mostly men, on these type of jobs. Yeah. There's not a lot of women working in these type of jobs, right? It's rare, right? So you could tell that women by nature wants to leave all that stuff for the men, for them to do the most dangerous job. But you know, they should be rewarded for their work equally, but they don't, because well, men are not appreciated because I guess men doesn't look as good as women and stuff.
We're told that having more female CEOs is the real priority. The building's foundation is cracking, but we're worried about who gets the corner office. I had a conversation with someone recently who insisted men and women contribute equally to society. So I asked a simple question. If all men stopped working tomorrow, how long before the lights go out? About 72 hours. If all women stopped working tomorrow, we'd have a childcare crisis and healthcare would struggle, absolutely. But the lights would stay on, the water would keep flowing, the trucks would keep delivering. This isn't about value as humans. It's about recognizing who's actually keeping the machine running. The gendered risk and sacrifice statistics are staggering. 92% of workplace deaths are men, 97% of combat deaths, 80% of suicides, 75% of homeless people. But what dominates the conversation? The wage gap that disappears when you account for hours worked.
And that's the other thing too. Men has been through a lot of horrible stuff compared to women in life. The 80% of suicide, 75% homeless, and they're not appreciated, they're hated by a lot of people in society, but they're the ones that keep society running. It's like men needs to be more appreciated in this life for the risk that they do. I mean, I'm a man and I don't like work these type of jobs myself. I'm more of a computer tech guy. I prefer working from home. But everyone has different tastes, different ways they prefer to work, or people that are more brave than others. Everyone's different. Everyone's able to choose their lifestyle and stuff because the free, well, it's supposed to be a free world, but it really isn't. But that's what we want to believe, right? Let's continue.
Choices and experience. We're focused on equal pay for office work while ignoring that men are literally dying to keep society functional. A client of mine works on oil rigs, months away from family, constant physical danger, several co-workers killed over the years. His ex-wife, who divorced him for never being around, now complains she doesn't get enough alimony. She wants equality in the bank account, but not equality in the risk. She wants the rewards of his sacrifice without making any sacrifice herself. The unequal perception of contribution is everywhere. When women talk about their struggles, emotional labour, mental load, multitasking, it's treated as profound truth. When men mention that they work more hours, die younger, handle all home repairs, maintain vehicles, deal with emergencies, that's just what men are supposed to do. Your contribution only counts if you complain about it loud enough, apparently. Now, childcare and domestic responsibility.
And here's the other thing too, is that society makes men believe that they're not allowed to complain about it because that's what men do. Men by nature are supposed to be all the more dangerous, hard labor work, while the women are at home and they're just doing, dishes or taking care of the child and stuff. And that's very important too, don't get me wrong. Women are more domestic people that handles the domestic type of works, and a lot of the men handles more of the hard labor works. Yeah, if men were more appreciated, then people can work together. Men and women could work together. There'll be more healthy relationship. Society will be in a more healthy pace and everyone wins. But what's happening now in society, it's like the men are underappreciated. A lot of men are dying. They're giving more care for women. And you see how society is collapsing, right? Yeah, and you see how the hard times are already here. And a lot of men, and women too, are losing their jobs today. And if they lose their jobs today and they're not living with family and they have to pay a lot of rent and all that stuff, well, it's only a matter of time till they become homeless if they're not able to find another job quickly, which, as you probably know, jobs are extremely hard to find today. So with that being in mind, if you are homeless, you are pretty much helpless. You won't be able to do much to be able to pick yourself up to improving your life, and that's why you need to have something prepared on the side. So if you lose your job, you'll have something to fall back on. That's why we have the Creator Academy from Angry in the link in the description below. And you could get the free Creator Blueprint as well. And there you can learn how to get started if you want to take the path where you can use YouTube to leverage all your businesses you want to create. If you have skills that you want to use for the good of other people, you can monetize that skill. You can earn a living with that, and you can do it at your own time without corporations telling you when you need to do it and what you need to do. So it's one or the other, honestly. And since a lot of people are losing their jobs today, if you want to survive, being self-sufficient and independent will be the best way for you. That's why I urge you to check out the Creator Academy for yourself. You don't lose anything by at least signing up and checking out the blueprint.
Nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman, or see any woman struggling, and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady.
You got to blame women for that, Auntie. See, they started telling men that they were strong, they were independent, and that they were equal to men, and they don't need them. And the men started to listen. See, when you were younger, men wanted to be chivalrous. They got enjoyment out of it because those women appreciated the fact that men were being chivalrous. See, me personally, I would have helped you, but I understand why most men are starting to mind their business because, again, the woman told them to. They told them that they don't need them. So if you keep telling men that you don't need them, at some point they're going to say, okay, fine, I'm going to listen to what you're saying. You can't scream that you're independent and equal to men, and then when you're put in an opportunity to prove that, you then complain that men are not helping out. It does not work like that. You have to pick a side. Either you're going to be independent or you want men to be chivalrous, but you can't have both.
Anyways, let's get back to the video, shall we?
Yes, women do carry more of this load in many households. That's real, and it matters. But let's add context. Modern women have dishwashers, washing machines, robot vacuums, grocery delivery, prepared foods, disposable diapers. My grandmother raised 8 kids with none of that. She'd laugh at calling today's household management oppressive. The work is real, but let's not pretend it's the same as when women actually were restricted to domestic life. The historical access versus modern entitlement gap is massive. Yes, women faced real barriers. Couldn't vote, couldn't own property, couldn't work many jobs. That was wrong and needed to change. But today, women are 60% of college graduates, have preferential hiring in many fields, have entire government departments dedicated to their advancement. Yet the narrative is still that they're oppressed victims fighting against systematic barriers.
And another thing too is that the women have a lot of advantage in life compared to men. Now there's a lot more women graduating from college than men, because I think that a lot of men are realizing that college is just going to put them in big financial debts, and they will much rather be able to work their own business and be able to build up their side hustles or already find some work while they're living with their family and stuff in order to build an income so they could invest on something that could really empower their net worth in the future. So they do not want to be in debt anymore. They are seeing like the millennials, for example, the younger generation are seeing the millennials going through all that, and they don't want to go through that themselves, of course. And thankfully, in my case, I'm a millennial and I don't have any college debt, thankfully. I got out of college after 5 years with zero debt whatsoever, because basically the Pell Grant or whatever I received actually got me financial aid in order to pay off all that college tuitions and stuff like that. So I barely had to pay anything, and if I paid something, it was very little. So I was able to pay it all off before I graduated. So, and that's also being in Puerto Rico, and in Puerto Rico, colleges are far cheaper than the United States of America. So you get that idea as well.
At what point do we acknowledge that the barriers are gone? A female colleague recently complained about the glass ceiling at our company. I pointed out that our CEO is a woman, 3 of 5 VPs are women, HR is entirely female, and they have a women-only mentorship program that men can't join. What ceiling? The only ceiling is the one where someone else won't do the work for you. The financial decision-making disparity is hilarious when you examine it. Women make or influence 80% of household purchasing decisions. They control the majority of consumer spending, they initiate 70% of divorces and typically get the house, kids, and income stream. But somehow they're financially oppressed.
Yeah, so women has an unfair advantage, but yet they want to play victim as well against the men. So if men tries to fight back against women in any way, shape, or form, they are seen as the villain. The courts would favor her, and they will try to financially ruin a man so they could give the women all the benefits. They are agents of the state, like Angry Guy says. They are agents of the state, and they are literally working together to have their court system favor them so they could get custody of the woman, half of their belongings, half of the property, if not all, and the man gets nothing except for slavery and paying for the other person's lifestyle, not their own. So a slave, pretty much, a freaking slave for the corporations. And it's really disgusting, like how they're trying to target men like that. It's crazy, honestly.
You control the spending but claim poverty. Make it make sense. The accountability for personal choices piece is what really gets ignored. Choose to major in gender studies instead of engineering. That's a choice. Choose to work part-time to have more personal time. Choice. Choose to leave the workforce for 5 years, then expect to return at the same level. Choice. But when these choices lead to different outcomes, suddenly it's discrimination. I counsel couples where the woman chose to be a stay-at-home mum, encouraged her husband to work longer hours for more money.
Yeah, it really sucks that the woman is not able to put in some of her work at her job in order to pay the bills. Back in the day, yeah, that's how it was supposed to be, in a way, where the man is the one that works, the woman stays at home with the child and takes care of it and takes care of the kitchen and cooks and stuff. But nowadays, like, both the man and the woman needs to work in order to survive. Back then, the cost of living was so low, like a regular job was enough for you to get a house, to take care of your children, and to maintain all your lifestyles and stuff like that. Be able to enjoy your vacations as well. Now, everyone is suffering a lot in this economy, and it's really discouraging, to be honest. So yeah, I'm like, the women needs to understand that times has changed and they need to start helping the man more instead of like overworking the man, giving him exhausted. He has no benefits of all his hard work. It's like, that's why we men don't see the point in maintaining a relationship like that, because we see nothing to look forward to in the end. We're just being used by the women, by the social system, and I'm not a misogynist when I'm telling you about that. I'm just telling the cold hard truth from many evidence out there. I don't have any griefs against women. I do love women myself, but the problem is that I have to call out for whatever wrongdoings that they do, because the women won't hold back on calling us men for our wrongdoings when we do it, right? So it's fair that we do the same, right?
Enjoyed the lifestyle that provided, then in divorce claimed she was forced out of the workforce. No, you chose comfort over career. Own it. Men don't get to claim they were forced to work dangerous jobs, even though they often actually are by economic necessity. The misalignment of societal credit is stunning. Every building you see, men built it. Every road you drive on, men paved it. The entire infrastructure of civilization, power, water, transportation, communication, built and maintained by men. But point this out and you're told you're minimizing women's contributions. What contributions exactly match building the entire physical world? The risk of overemphasizing gender barriers actually hurts everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna end it here, and if you want to watch the rest of the video, the link is in the description below. Also, with the channel of this YouTuber, ScytheDeath, as well. So you could check it out for yourself. But I'm going to conclude this and say, every buildings, every roads that we drive, everything that you see in society where we could like use today, the majority of the infrastructure is mainly men. Men are the one that actually are willing to put in the hard work. You want to know why they're willing to put all those hard work? Is to earn that gratification from a woman, to be able to build a family, to be able to build their own household on their own. And when they notice that they're not able to get any of those rewards after all the hard works, men starts walking away in droves and society stops running. If the man stops working within the next like few days to a week at most, cause society's gonna collapse, and who's gonna fix all that stuff? Well, women's not going to want to fix that, right? A lot of women are not going to want to do all the hard, dangerous work that the man did. No, that's why you got to appreciate the man that's doing all that stuff for the society, because without them, we wouldn't enjoy the things that we are now. The women would not be able to enjoy the things that they have now. Like, this is the cold, hard truth that women need to really clarify and recognize, because otherwise, like, this society is not going to work long term. And there's a lot of ideology going against men today. And when men starts walking away, they're going to have to do something to like appreciate them for all their hard works, right? So that's all I have to say about this. Be sure to check out the Angry Creator Academy if you want to start your online business, start knowing how to elevate it with YouTube and stuff. Description below. You can check out Angry Guy also on Rumble as well, where he curses like a sailor. He basically does not hold back in his opinions compared to YouTube, which he gets censored a lot there. And if you agree to this video and enjoy it, be sure to click the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell next to the subscribe button so you could no longer miss new videos from Angry Guy in this channel. And if you're a gamer, you want to check out my channel, be sure to check out my channel at Magbo Gaming. I usually do game collecting videos. I show up my video game collection. I hunt down video games that I want to add to my collection, stuff like that. Yeah, you could check out in the description below. And I'll see you all the next time, guys. Magbo Gaming out. Bye-bye. Peace.